Hi, and welcome to this week's weekly RV report for Friday, September 12th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. If you are new to the podcast, please do like, subscribe, and share. Helps the channel grow and others to gain in the knowledge you're currently being afforded. As you know, I'm not a financial advisor or a guru, nor does this report constitute financial advice. It's merely quality information for you to use for your own personal discernmental authority. That being said, let's start and get started right at the top and dig in as we typically do. I'm going to share a few articles with you per usual. And the first one here is not a lot to report on the currency front this week per se. We know a lot is going on behind the scenes. However, Iraq continues to ramp up efforts to get the dinar onto the digital platform in preparation for the ISO 20022 worldwide announcement on November 22nd. One interesting point of note is that there is a coordinated attack, as you can see here in this article from Elan Mizrani on X, a coordinated attack incoming by Israel, as we should see the final surrender and effectively Israel being last. We could see an atomic weapon used on Iran's nuclear power plants 300 feet below the surface, as President Trump did in June this summer. Additionally, to note here, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, personally requested the late Charlie Kirk to visit Israel 2 weeks prior to his assassination. Kirk apparently denied the request, and of course, we want to take a moment to posthumously honor the late Charlie Kirk. Whether he's still alive or not is speculative at this point, but there are still people suffering in the family and a lot to be dealing with. So we want to honor his memory for everything he did to bring knowledge to the youth about the Lord, true patriotism, and the real history of our country from our constitutional deist forefathers' point of view. And we want to honor that as such. Okay, and some other news here. I'm going to just go here quickly to this article on Reuters. The Fed next week on the 17th, as we said before, that date is very measured and specific, deciding on their rate cut for September. It looks to be between 1/4 and 1/2 basis point initially. As we indicated in our podcast with Sandy Mirecki this week, the 10 and 30-year Treasury bond yields are trending dangerously below 4%. We also would advise that you watch the S&P carefully as it's trending towards the $7,000 mark. For our friend Mr. B, this is a clear indicator of the market bust incoming, as well as things climaxing to their seemingly worst point, per the late, great Kim Clement. And here's the article here just talking a little bit more about the rate cut that is incoming. We also had a video we wanted to show you that has been taken off X, no surprise, where it shows that Netanyahu was brought in to Parliament for some major preparation, which we surmise to be nuclear power attack we were just referring to a moment ago. We also want to show you a couple of other quick little articles here. This is from MENA, which is the Middle East North Africa Initiative. Thrilled to announce the launch, as I mentioned before, the IQD currency for Iraq. You can see it's P2P service for that's the customer to customer to buy and sell digital currency, being among the elite to provide the best liquidity, prices, and service, so on and so forth. So that is an internal article there. Let me stop and show you the other last two that I have. This is the aforementioned discussion about, excuse me, Netanyahu coming on or wanting to meet with Charlie Kirk, and him declining. That for some reason is not showing, so let me go to the next one. This is an interesting one. We're not saying you should or shouldn't get Bitcoin. Again, this isn't financial advice. It's just an interesting article per Fidelity, which is interesting. They put it out there. We are looking for the crypto super bull run. We think will be sometime after next week, after the rate cut is announced, whatever that looks to be. And that should signal the super crypto bull run from the second half of this month all the way into next year. Could be February, March. We'll have to see as it all plays out, but it's a good 6 months. Make sure you take profits at the top, whatever God tells you that is to be, as we've discussed many times before. But you can see here, Zuri and Timmer of Fidelity forecast Bitcoin to reach 1 billion by 2035, which is only 10 years from now. We know how fast that goes. We are going to see it drop. If you feel that you want to buy it at the bottom, whatever that is, it could be 10, 20,000, whatever it ends up being, that you deem to be at the bottom, and you want to take some of your profits from the reset and put it in there. Again, we're not telling you to do it or not do it. We're just giving you what we see as valuable information coming down the pike for you to use for your own choice. Some of you will like it, some of you will not. Again, it's a very individual perspective and decision that one needs to make. But it's something we would feel remiss by not telling you. Now to the precious metals commodities market as of the time of this broadcast, which we always show you. So let's do that for posterity here. You can see it in real time on Friday here, Pacific time, of course. Silver is up to an all-time high presently at $42.83. So it's already moving up to 43. They're not going to be able to paper down the cabal, the naked shorts anymore. They're buying it up themselves because they know what's coming. Silver, as we always know, and I've always told you, is the key. This, you know. Gold, excuse me, trending at 36.90, so it's almost at 3,700. Crude oil is down slightly a little bit, $62.70, and the Dixie, the dollar index, is 97.72. Going in the right direction, but we still need to see that go down as well. So also be watching the S&P, as we mentioned before. It's over 6,500. Mr. B has said time and again on our podcast that when he sees it getting to 7,000 and possibly higher, there is the peak of the melt up and the bust of the market, all happening seemingly by the fall, fourth quarter, first quarter of the new fiscal year for the West, depending on your vantage point. And you can see that fairly clearly. That does it for this week's RV report. Anything urgent, as always, we'll get it to you as soon as possible. Stay encouraged, folks. Stay up. Use your discernment. Keep your mindset sharp. We have had some setbacks this week with, of course, Charlie Kirk and the memory of 9/11, which I personally lived through years ago, as you know, being there. But literally, and in every sense of the word, the best is yet to come. So stay positive, ignore the negativity, keep your focus sharp. Thanks for watching. God bless. Take care. Goodbye for now.